I realize that I've been mean to some characters in Smash Ultimate more than others, so today we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna roast the roster. Feel free to drop your best character roast down in the comment section, and let's all have a good laugh. Mario is the most vanilla character in Smash. This dude might as well be owned by Disney with how easily Nintendo's willing to shell him out for a quick buck. You'd think they would have ditched the water gun attack for an attack from a game that people actually care about. If you main Mario, you probably prefer Missionary. Imagine being such a failed franchise that you technically blend into Mario's universe. Donkey Kong's diet consists of bananas and the bugs he picks out of Diddy Kong's hair. I'm surprised feces aren't one of DK's projectiles. You know you're not important when you're often confused for the person that you're trying to save. Maybe you should speak up. You're not even a recurring character, you're just an interchangeable meat shield in every game. I'd insult Samus, but I wouldn't want to upset all 4 of you Samus mains. Dark Samus is just Goth Samus. Could we have a more generic villain in the game? Yoshi went from being an integral part of the Mario franchise to a pile of glorified art supplies. I liked him better when he was Mario's double jump. Kirby has been given the same game on every console that he's been on, but he's inhaled way too many paint chips to be able to tell. Fox is the only character that people preferred in an R-Wing, and you couldn't use the actual character in his own games. Pikachu's the only Pokemon who had to be put on a diet plan over the years. I don't know how Luigi busts ghosts when he looks like he wets the bed. Luigi's last major role was hiding balloons in his more popular brother's game. Ness is one of the few characters that make me wish that there was an option to turn off character voices completely. PK Fire just like nails on a chalkboard. Captain Falcon's franchise is deader than half the original cast of Game of Thrones. The original F-Zero game was a tech demo, which means Nintendo doesn't even consider it a game. So does Nintendo even consider Captain Falcon a character? Jigglypuff as a character doesn't need Sing to put me to sleep. Can we just sign Jigglypuff up to be one of the balloons in Luigi's Balloon World? Because I don't think anyone plays it anymore, and we wouldn't have to look for her. Peach's IQ is lower than the turnip she pulls from the ground. How stupid do you have to be to get kidnapped by the same giant turtle every week? Also, she may be the worst princess of all time. Has she really done anything for her kingdom in the entirety of her rule? Daisy's the princess of a much lesser kingdom. Daisy only made it into the game because they needed a few more unoriginal characters so they could introduce Echo Fighters. Bowser's not only too dumb to succeed with any of his evil plans, but he's too dumb to realize that every plan is exactly the same. Bowser's best move also involves him jumping directly off the stage. You know the ice climbers are completely useless because one doesn't operate without the other. They're like Christmas lights. You remove one bulb and the entire thing is useless. Sheik may be one of the most irrelevant characters in the game. People play random more often than they play Sheik. The best thing about Zelda was back when you could transform into a completely different character so you didn't have to play Zelda. They actually split her in two so the people who actually picked Zelda on purpose didn't have to be asked if they wanted to back out and restart the match. When Dr. Mario came back to Smash 4, he wasn't added as DLC like Roy and Mewtwo because nobody would buy him. He's an awful doctor and has more medical malpractice suits than actual patients. Pichu is one of the few characters in the game that you can breathe on and kill. Pac-Man's fire hydrant could take more damage than this rat. Falco is one of the original clones with the attitude of an angsty teenager. The worst part is Falco is a bird and he can't fly. Pathetic. Marth is just female Lucina. What were they thinking even adding Lucina? They literally copy-pasted Marth. They didn't even try to make her different. In fact, Lucina is the epitome of peak laziness. Young Link got smacked so hard by Ganondorf that he had to figure out time travel. I'm pretty sure Ganondorf has jaundice. He's so uninteresting that each game Sakurai struggles to change Ganondorf's kit just a bit more to make people forget that he's just Legend of Zelda Captain Falcon. Mewtwo is a glorified test tube baby. Roy is the kid in school who was obsessed with fire and carried around lighters even though he didn't smoke. Chrom, because we needed another Fire Emblem character, except this one has a frat boy tribal tattoo. I guess Chrom is the best of the Fire Emblem bunch, but it doesn't really say much when you're the least smelling turd in the litter box. The deepest thing about Mr. Game & Watch as a character is his 2D character model. If they removed Meta Knight from the game, it would be a considerable buff for him. Meta Knight is the Adam Sandler of the Smash roster. He was once decent, and now I would just prefer that he didn't exist. Can we just throw the whole Kid Icarus franchise in the garbage? Nobody knows who Pit is. Dark Pit is what happens when you ask an 8-year-old to create a villain. Zero Suit Samus looks like a chick who does CrossFit and never shuts up about doing CrossFit. We get it, you added the word fitness to your Instagram handle. I'm sure Wario smells worse than he looks. He also looks like the type of dude to constantly ask random girls for feet pics on Instagram. Snake looks like he still goes to college parties to try and pick up girls, even though he graduated 20 years ago. Ike is 50% Marth and 50% Ganondorf, which makes him 100% boring. Squirtle is the most useless Pokemon in the game. At least Pichu does damage to itself. Careful, you don't want to be mildly inconvenienced by Squirtle spitting water at you. Just throw the whole evolution line in the garbage. Ivysaur is the worst version of the worst Gen 1 starter. I'd prefer an actual plant to Ivysaur for the middle Pokemon. Charizard wants to be a dragon so badly. This is the character you switch to when you're playing as Pokemon Trainer, and you either want to recover or you want a brainless KO with Flare Blitz. Diddy Kong is a forgotten sidekick who likely eats his own feces. He has to do something with his free time since he's probably never getting his own game again. Lucas guaranteed eats glue. No wonder Nintendo is yet to localize his game. Yeah, Sonic is good at running his franchise into the ground. Smash is the best 3D Sonic game that's come out in over a decade. All-you-can-eat buffets have a picture of King Dedede behind the counter, and ironically, Dedede no longer throws Waddle Dees, who people would prefer to have in the game over him. Too bad Olimar's eyes never opened, so he can't see how bad of a character he actually is. Alf looks like a rejected Rugrat design. Lucario is just boneless Goku. This is why we dropped Mewtwo in Brawl for slightly different Mewtwo? I'm sorry, who? Toon Link is Link if his parents were cousins. I'm pretty sure Wolf is diseased. He looks like he could use a bath with some of that flea shampoo. Villager's haircut brought to you by a bowl and a pair of scissors. Hey, remember Mega Man Universe? Me neither. Smash and a 9-volt battery are the only things keeping Mega Man alive right now. Wii Fit Trainer guaranteed posts motivational quotes on Instagram every single day. You're vegan, we get it. Hashtag plant-based. Rosalina has gone from a mainline Mario character to another party princess who for some reason attacks like a dolphin. The most impressive thing that Little Mac can do is recover at a low percentage. You don't even have to roast him, just back throw him off a stage and he'll do the rest. Greninja is just Pokemon chic, which really isn't saying much. I'm desperately waiting for more Mii Fighter costumes, so I won't have to be reminded that I'm playing any of the Mii Fighters. Palutena's guidance is the only reason to ever pick Palutena. Namco is floundering to make enough money from arcade collections, so here we are, defiling Pac-Man's grave for money. Anyone else want to put their grandfather in Smash? Robin looks like he owns a waifu pillow and spends his Saturday nights reading. Shulk looks like the leader of a failed K-pop group. Also, why did we need a creepy alt costume of Shulk in a swimsuit? The only reason the Koopalings were added to the game as alts for Bowser Jr. was because they wanted to give Bowser Jr. mains a reason to play Bowser Jr. Duck Hunt didn't even have a character name. They had to name this stupid duo after the game that they were in. Street Fighter V was such a failure that Ryu had to change games. Ken has been an Echo Fighter since the start, so it's no surprise that he followed Ryu to Smash since Street Fighter's a sinking ship. Cloud has made it into 2 Super Smash Bros. Games since Final Fantasy VII's remake was announced, and will likely get characters like Mickey Mouse and Goku before that game actually comes out. Korn looks like someone who buys fake contacts to change their eye color because they want to be an anime character. How many times do you think Bayonetta has spoken to the manager at Bed Bath & Beyond? Inklings look like they smell like fish 24/7. Ridley is just a discount xenomorph. Whoever said he was too big? Seriously, someone get this ugly pterodactyl a cupcake before he wastes away. Simon is supposed to be 22, but he looks like he's in his 40s. I guess the stress of killing Dracula really gets to you. He was also the first third-party character introduced with an immediate, more popular Echo Fighter. Could you look more like a generic 90s video game character than Richter does? King K. Rool is the self-proclaimed king of nothing, but he may be too delusional to see that with his bogus eye. One thing he's definitely not seeing is anything under that gut of his. Imagine being the worst character in a video game that's about paying your mortgage. If you put Isabelle and Sandbag next to each other, I couldn't tell you the difference. When Home Run Contest comes back, we won't need to add any new assets because Isabelle's already in the game. Incineroar is the most uninspired starter Pokemon of all time. It's like Machamp and Garfield had a baby, and that baby grew up and is one of those adults who still thinks wrestling is real. Couldn't we have gotten a real starter, like the Decidueye? Piranha Plant is the least interesting generic baddie in the Mario franchise. I think Goomba would have been a better choice than great value Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. Joker is easily the weebiest character on the roster. He makes Marth look like Henry Cavill. Okay, we're done here, and hopefully you're not too upset because my roast game is pretty weak. But if you enjoyed this video, go hit the like button. If you're new to the channel or you just unsubbed, make sure you go hit the sub button for more content like this. This was just a fun video that I've been wanting to do, and like I said earlier, make sure you drop your best character roast down in the comments section below. You can find me on Twitter or Twitch. I do a couple streams a week if you want to stop by. We also have a Discord server that has been booming lately, so welcome to everyone who has joined recently. And if you haven't, feel free to join. There's a link in the description below. But thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next video. Later.